Welcome, my constant reader friends. I'm Tad, and this is Tad Reads Books and Stuff. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thank you for checking me out. Alright, so what am I going to do? We're just going to do some talking about books again. I'm going to do something, though, that I haven't done before. I've been doing this channel now 6 months, and I'm going to be putting out 2 videos, actually, this week. I usually just put up 1 video a week, but you'll see what we're talking about here. First off, let's do what I finished reading as of the end of this week. So, I finished Rebel Robin. It's a Stranger Things tie-in, of course. We're going to talk about this book, so I'm going to set this aside first. I also finished Wrath by John Gwynne, of course, Faithful and the Fallen. This is the 4th and final book in his original storyline, the Faithful and the Fallen. I did finish this last week. I finished Ruin, so I knew I was going to be finishing these 2 back to back. So what I'm going to be doing is doing a second video where we're going to talk about, well, specifically Wrath and Ruin, but really the whole 4-book series. So we're going to do a separate video for that. So I'm going to set this aside right here. So those are the books that I finished this past week. And let's talk real quick about my TBR for July. So really my TBR for July is going to be, I don't know if you've watched this other booktuber. Probably you have, because he's very popular. He's awesome. His name's Moid. The name of his booktube channel is Media Death Cult, and he's the leader of the Death Cult. Moid does mostly, well, he does all science fiction novels, and he talks about TV and movies as well. Really great channel. I'm going to put the link below for him and his channel, because I owe pretty much July to him, pretty much. What am I going to be reading? I haven't started it yet, but I'm going to be reading The Cosmic Puppets by Philip K. Dick. Now, Moid did this video a little while back, last year, and it was called Dick Bag Bingo. I've talked about it before on this channel, I believe, where he wants to read all of Philip K. Dick's books. And he numbered them all and then put them all in ping pong balls and put them in a bag. And he called it Dick Bag Bingo, because he would pull the ball out of the bag, and whatever number it was, that's in order of how he's going to read through these books. He did already review this one. I'm a little behind, so I've got to catch up. So I will be reading The Cosmic Puppets this month. Also, he started a read-along on his channel, and it's of course for the Leviathan Wakes, the Expanse series of books. Of course, Leviathan Wakes is the first book in the series. So that started in July 1st. He's doing a read-along on his channel. I've never done a read-along, so I've been looking for a reason to start reading these books. I did watch the TV series, so I mean, I liked it. So I know, you know what they say, the books are always better than the TV show or the movies. Well, I like the TV show, so I'm assuming that I'm gonna love these books. So it started in July, so I'm going to be doing the read along with him and a bunch of people. He's got a Discord channel set up. If you're interested in joining in, I mean, what's today? July 3rd. We're really just started. I've only read about 50, 60 pages so far in the book. So we're going to be reading that, and along with this, as we go. So this is book 1, of course, in the 9-book series. But there's also Memories Legion, and Memories Legion has a bunch of short stories. So what we're going to be doing is also reading the short stories that are in the same timeline as the different books. So and I believe they're in order in the book, because the first one we're going to be reading is the first short story called Drive. So we're going to be reading Drive along with this book. I got this on eBay. It's got a nice Mylar cover. It is a hardback. All my other ones are the trade paperback versions. But this one's really cool. Again, like I said, I got it on eBay for not a lot of money. Where is it? But it was signed by the authors, the two authors. So I thought that was cool. I'm going to be reading those with this read along on Moyd's channel, Media Death Cult. Again, I'll put the link below for his channel. Also, all right, I have to make a confession. I have never read anything by George R.R. Martin. I haven't read Game of Thrones for sure, anything. But we all know this new series is going to be coming on. And I wanted to go ahead and read this because I guess that series is loosely based on a lot of stuff in this book. The Targaryen family history is really what this book is. So I'm going to be reading this. I've already started it. I'm about 106 pages through so far. It is different. It's reading like a historical novel, you know, just telling stories of different time periods in the Targaryen family history. So I started reading that. I want to read that because of this new series that's coming on. So, and it's my first George R.R. Martin novel that I've ever read. So don't beat me up for it. I did watch Game of Thrones. Why does everybody hate the end of Game of Thrones? I don't know. Maybe because I haven't read, but I know George R.R. Martin hasn't even finished Game of Thrones, so I don't know why everybody went crazy over the ending of the TV show. I love the TV show. Everybody seemed to love the TV show for years until the end, but I don't know. I didn't find anything wrong with it. All right, so let's go to what I really want to talk about in this video. That's what I'm going to be reading in July. I really want to talk about Rebel Robin. Now, I wish I had the Navy type hat that she has on this cover. I don't have one, unfortunately. I don't have a cool Navy hat, but I do have this converted band hat. So I've talked a little bit about it before, but I'm kind of into the steampunk cosplay and stuff. So what I did was I found this band hat at a thrift store, and I bought it and I converted it into my Nautilus style submarine steampunk captain's uniform. I have a whole uniform that I wear with this, but a lot of this book has to do with her in you know, her band, playing in her band, marching band. You know, one day at band camp, one time, whatever. That's another movie. We're not talking about that movie. We're talking about Stranger Things and Rebel Robin. So, what is this? Let me get through the numbers real quick for you. Rebel Robin, of course, was written by A.R. Capetta. It is a YA type novel. I don't know if it mostly leans towards girls or if that's because it's about a girl. I don't know, but it's who cares? If it's good, it's good, right? This was published June 29th, 2021. It has, geez, how many pages does it have? Usually I write this stuff down for y'all. It's got 333 pages in the story. And it does have a Goodreads number of 4.19. It is told in first person. I think some people sometimes have difficulty with first person. I don't know why. I don't care if the story's good. I don't care if it's third person, first person, fifth person, participle. I don't care. As long as it's a good story. But I can understand how some people don't like that, but I didn't have any problems with it. First off, we're going to talk about this book, but what did I think about it? Well, I'm going to tell you something. I freaking loved it. I love this book. I don't know why. It made me smile, it made me laugh, it made me cry. There's got to be something in a book for me to go through those emotions. But so what is it, you ask? It's, of course, it's the origin story of, Robin in the Stranger Things universe. So it pretty much starts off, the whole story is her year as a sophomore in Hawkins High School. And the big theme in this, runs through this whole book, is that high school is a monster. I don't think it's overdone, but it's constantly there. I think that was a kind of a wise choice, really, because Stranger Things is about monsters, right? I mean, so in her story, her origin story, high school is a monster. She's a sophomore, and she's dealing with a lot of different things that are going on in her life. And at that point, I don't think she knows how to deal with them specifically. She's very intelligent. She gets great grades, but she kind of tries to dumb herself down, I think, sometimes, because she doesn't want to stand out. She thinks of herself as weird. There's one point where one of her teachers, what's his name? Mr. Hauser. He's an English teacher. He loves her. He knows she's smart. But one time he tells her, "You're the weirdest girl in Hawkins." I don't think so. One of the girls in this book, Sheena Rollins, seems to be a lot weirder to me than Robin. But yeah, she is different. But what she does is she tries to, I think, dumb herself down so that she blends in. So she isn't standing out as being super weird to where she'll get a lot of ridicule and stuff like that, even though she gets some. But she does associate herself with the nerds of the school. Yes, she's in marching band. She doesn't really even like marching band, but at least it gives her, a family, I guess, to try to belong to. And in the marching band, they have different squads, different units that do, to learn the different marching things and the songs. And they all get to come up with a cool name for their squad. And her squad is called the Odd Squad. It consists, of course, of Robin, her friend Kate, who her friend Kate calls Robin her best girlfriend, quote unquote, which doesn't sit well with Robin at the time. She doesn't really know what that means yet. Also, there's a guy, Dash. Dash is one of these guys who, his big thing is nerds are going to rule the world. It's not going to be the jocks. It's not going to be the cheerleaders, the fan, the uppity people, the this or that, the different cliques. He says it's going to be nerds. And he's proud to think that he's the king of the nerds. The problem with Dash, as you find out, is he's comes from a rich family, and he has devised this way where he thinks he can use nerdom to get girls and get what he wants and get ahead in life. So he's, maybe I'm giving some spoilers, but he's not a good guy. He's not a decent guy. Although he and Kate, her best girlfriend, hook up, and they become a thing because they want to start acting what they think is normal. What they see in school. They're sophomores. You got to have a boyfriend. You got to have a girlfriend. So they team up. They hook up like that, which kind of pisses Robin off. She doesn't understand it. Well, the fourth person in their squad, the Odd Squad, is this kid named Martin. And Martin's Asian American. And Martin is a nerd too. They're all nerds, of course. And since Kate and Dash kind of hook up, Martin and Robin hook up, but they hook up as, truly friends. Martin becomes Robin's best friend. Martin's really cool. He's like a musical savant. He loves to watch MTV. They hang out at his house. He watches MTV, and he's got like a Casio keyboard, and he plays all the cool new wave songs that come on, and sometimes he'll even put his own type of spin on the music. It's really cool. Martin's great, but what happens is Kate and Dash think that they have to make Martin and Robin, a couple. So they keep trying to push at that, which pisses Robin off. Martin doesn't really say much for most of the book about that. He's just happy being friends with Robin. She's happy being friends with him. Robin is not only a nerd in the band sense, but like in school, like I said, she kind of tries to dumb herself down, but she's taught herself she speaks 4 languages that she taught herself. And that's part of the thing with her, is just building up on, she thinks she's also the weirdest girl in school, or in Hawkins. But so what happens? She's in school, she's going through this year, she thinks it sucks. She thinks the teachers suck, except for Mr. Hauser, who seems to understand her. In English class, no, not English class, another class, she has this class with this girl, she calls her Tam. It's Tammy Thompson. She's got beautiful red hair. She doesn't care about anything, but she's kind of up in the social, standings in the class. She's popular. She sings in front of everybody right in class. She doesn't care. But Tam is in love with Steve, right? Steve Harrington, with his perfect, beautiful hair and stuff like that. So in this class, constantly, Robin is staring at Tam, who's staring at Steve, and then Robin starts staring at Steve, wondering what Tam sees in Steve. He's an asshole, blah, blah, blah. She doesn't realize at this point, as a sophomore, she doesn't realize that she has a crush on Tam. Everything she does for some reason makes her feel different inside. And as Kate and Dash keep pushing her to hook up with Martin, she says, I'm not interested in any boys in Hawkins, not in any boys in Hawkins. But she doesn't realize that it's because she's interested in girls yet. She's still a sophomore. She's still developing and stuff. Her parents are old hippies, and they've never really put any constraints at all on Robin. She can come and go as she wants. She can do whatever she wants, look however she wants, even though she starts off the school year getting this frizzy home perm because all the other girls have them, so she's trying to look the part. She wears clothes that she's not even comfortable in, and I don't know, she's just trying. It's kind of a coming of age story. Yeah, she's trying to find her way. But then, of course, this is the year. This is in '83. This is when Will Byers goes missing, and so does Barb. So everybody's a little freaked out in town, and all of a sudden now, Robin's got a curfew. Her parents take her bike away from her. She can't go see Milton, anymore. She used to stay there all hours, eat with his family, and then just, ride her bike home. But now everybody's scared in town. And then eventually, especially when they never find Barb, but then they find Will dead in the quarry. Now, of course, we know, as it goes on, Will comes back to life because he was in the Upside Down and all that, but they don't know that yet. The town doesn't know that. She definitely doesn't know that. She's not even in that group yet of friends. But she now she's totally going. She's losing it. Everything is changing in this sophomore year. Her friends are starting to hook up and make out, and it's gross, and they're pushing her to hook up and be like everyone else, but she doesn't feel like everybody else, and she just wishes she could spend time with Tam, and now her parents are freaking out too. My parents, who've just been cool as hell and let me do whatever I want, we've been talking to me like I'm an adult since I was a little kid, now all of a sudden are shutting me down and acting like the man, ordering me around. What she doesn't understand, though, is their parents. You can have the coolest parents in the world, but they're still parents. And if you're a parent out there, you know the biggest thing, there's the love of your child, and then there's total, incredible fear. You constantly fear for your child. She doesn't see that. She sees them as just coming down on her and being ridiculous, but they're just scared. When you're a parent, your whole life you're scared. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if your kid's 30, 40, 50 years old. You're constantly afraid for them. So all these things are happening to her as she's growing and starting to come into herself. She wants to leave Hawkins. She thinks it's bullshit. I got to get out of this town. She speaks 4 languages. She makes this whole plan that she's going to go to Europe when school's out in the summer. The problem is she doesn't want to do it by herself. She wants to get a friend or somebody. She can't think of anybody. There's Martin, so she wants to ask Martin to go with her. And then Martin tells her, I think we gotta kind of back off on our friendship because Martin has got a crush on another girl. And the problem is so many people in the school have seen Robin and Martin together. They just assume, of course, that they're a couple. So he has to tell her, we got to back off, stop seeing each other, because I want to, go out with this girl and ask her to prom, and I can't do that if she thinks I'm with you. And this crushes her. So everything is just coming down on Robin. So at the end of the book, if you read it, I don't want to give it all away, but then she decides to become Rebel Robin. There's a problem with the teacher, Mr. Hauser, and he has to leave. That affects her. It's so much. And it just, I don't know. I thought it was great. She goes at the end, she does some crazy shit at the end with prom. And then at the very end of the book, she has this new job at the ice cream place. And lo and behold, who comes and applies for a job? Steve Harrington. And as you know, if you've watched the TV show, how that job and her relationship with Steve grows to where it is at this point. If you've seen all of season 4, it's awesome. It's amazing. So Rebel Robin, I loved it. I even liked it better than Runaway Max. Runaway Max has more to do with maybe the story, with Billy and stuff, the story in Stranger Things, where this is pretty much, like I said, just an origin story about Robin before she's even part of the group of kids. So there's not a lot. She does meet, of course, everybody. She meets, Will's mom. She meets Nancy. She meets Bob. She goes for a job interview with Bob at the Radio Shack. So she meets Bob Newby. Hopper is in it. Everybody's in it. But little bit more, or a little bit less than the Max story. The Robin story is more basically just about her. So I think some people might be disappointed if they're looking for more Stranger Things references. They're all in there, of course, but it's not as much as maybe some of the other books, of course. But after reading this, now I'm hyped. After watching this whole season 4, I want to see an Eddie Munson book now come out. I think that would be cool as hell. I like these books about the not the main characters, you know, like Mike and Dustin and stuff like that. Although Max is kind of a main character, but I liked it a lot. I don't know what else to say. Anyways, if you haven't read Rebel Robin, it's really good. I loved it. It is a YA book, so it's, you know, it's easy reading. It flew by, and I don't know, I highly suggest it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do another video. Like I said, the whole Faithful and the Fallen. I'm gonna talk about the last 2 books specifically, but the whole series together. And yeah, I'm gonna do that next. So anyways, please, if you find any enjoyment in my videos, please like and subscribe, and always leave comments. I love seeing the comments. All right, guys, thank you for watching. Peace out.